Welcome to Brazil, where the law of the jungle is still alive and well. The Amazon rainforest covers more than half of Brazil's land, and it is home to some of the most isolated and remote communities in the world. The journey to these communities is not an easy one, and it often involves traveling on some of the deadliest roads in the world. Hello, and welcome back to Iono 6, where we discuss everything about innovation, construction, and future civilization. In today's video, we'll see the dangerous life on the deadliest roads of Brazil, the journey through the jungle. So, without wasting time, let's get started. The journey to the Amazon rainforest is a treacherous one. The roads are often unpaved, full of potholes and ditches, and they are often unnavigable during the rainy season. The only way to reach these remote communities is by truck or boat, and even then, it is a dangerous journey. Mauro, a truck driver, is one of the many who makes this journey every day. He and his crew transport fuel to the gold mining sites deep in the heart of the rainforest. The journey takes 18 hours and is full of obstacles. The trucks frequently break down and the crew must fix them on the side of the road. There are no load trucks or repair shops for hundreds of miles, so the crew must rely on their own skills to keep the trucks running. The journey is also dangerous. The road is full of bandits and thieves who will stop at nothing to get what they want. The crew must be constantly vigilant and aware of their surroundings. They often travel in convoy with other trucks for safety. The Trans-Amazonian Highway, also known as BR-230, is the longest road in Brazil, stretching over 4,000 kilometers from the coast of Para to the border with Peru. It was built in the 1970s as part of the government's plan to open up the Amazon region for economic development. However, the road's construction was done hastily, without proper planning or consideration for the environment and local communities. As a result, the road has become a symbol of the dangers of the road in the Amazon. One of the most significant dangers of the Trans-Amazonian Highway is the lack of maintenance. The road is mostly unpaved, making it difficult to drive on, especially during the rainy season. The road becomes a muddy mess with large potholes that can easily damage vehicles or cause accidents. In some places, the road is completely washed out, leaving behind deep gullies that are impossible to cross. The lack of maintenance also means that there are no guardrails or warning signs, making it easy for drivers to veer off the road and fall into the rainforest below. Another danger of the Trans-Amazonian Highway is the presence of bandits and criminals. The road passes through remote areas of the rainforest where law enforcement is scarce or non-existent. Criminals take advantage of this and set up roadblocks where they rob and sometimes kill unsuspecting travelers. The roadblocks are usually set up at night, making it difficult for drivers to see them until it's too late. Traveling alone or at night is not recommended as it puts travelers at high risk of being targeted by bandits. The Trans-Amazonian Highway is also home to many unregulated logging and mining operations. These activities have caused significant environmental damage to the rainforest, destroying habitats and ecosystems. The logging trucks and heavy equipment used in mining cause massive amounts of dust, which can obscure the driver's vision and cause accidents. The logging trucks also often carry loads that are too heavy for the road, making it difficult for them to navigate sharp turns or steep hills. The result is overturned trucks that block the road for hours or even days. Another dangerous road in the Amazon is the BR-319, which connects the cities of Manaus and Porto Velho. The road is notorious for its poor condition, with large sections that are unpaved and completely washed out. The road passes through dense forests and swamps, making it challenging to navigate even for experienced drivers. The road's poor condition means that it is prone to landslides and flooding, which can cause accidents and block the roads for days or even weeks. The BR-319 is also home to many illegal activities such as deforestation and poaching. These activities have led to conflicts between the locals and the authorities, with some locals resorting to violence to protect their land and resources. Traveling on this road is not recommended for tourists as it puts them at high risk of being caught in the crossfire. The gold rush. The gold rush in the Amazon rainforest is a booming industry, but it comes at a cost. The miners consume a significant amount of fuel and other goods, and they continue to massacre the forest with their hoses and pumps in search of gold. The destruction is devastating, and it will take hundreds of years for the forest to return to its original state. The gold rush also brings with it a host of other problems. The miners live in squalor, often in makeshift camps with no access to clean water or sanitation facilities. They are exposed to diseases like malaria and yellow fever, which are rampant in the rainforest. The gold rush also attracts criminals and gangs who prey on the miners. They steal their gold and their equipment, and they often resort to violence to get what they want. The law of the jungle. In the Amazon rainforest, the law of the jungle reigns supreme. There is little government presence in these remote communities, and the people must rely on themselves for protection. The lack of government oversight also leads to corruption. The government officials who are supposed to regulate the industry often turn a blind eye to the destruction and exploitation happening in the rainforest. They are often bribed by the miners to look the other way. The lack of regulation also leads to environmental degradation. The miners use mercury to extract the gold, which poisons the rivers and the soil. Mercury pollution has a devastating impact on the ecosystem, killing fish and wildlife and contaminating the food chain. One way to mitigate the dangers of the road in the Amazon is to hire experienced drivers who are familiar with the area and the road conditions. Local drivers are often better equipped to handle the challenges of the rainforest and can provide valuable insight and guidance on how to navigate the roads safely. It is also essential to ensure that vehicles are in good condition and have the necessary safety equipment, such as seatbelts and airbags. Another way to minimize the dangers of the road in the Amazon is to travel in groups. Bandits and criminals are less likely to target groups as there is safety in numbers. Traveling with a group also allows for better communication and coordination in case of an emergency. It is also important to avoid traveling at night and to plan for delays. Nighttime driving on the roads in the Amazon can be particularly dangerous due to poor visibility and the increased risk of encountering bandits and criminals. Delays are also common on these roads, so it is essential to plan accordingly and have enough food, water, and supplies to last in case of a prolonged delay. Finally, it is crucial to respect the environment and local communities when traveling on the roads in the Amazon. Many of the dangers of the road in the Amazon are the result of unregulated economic development and exploitation of natural resources. By respecting the environment and local communities, travelers can help to preserve the fragile ecosystem of the rainforest and reduce the risk of conflict and violence. The future of the Amazon. The future of the Amazon rainforest is uncertain. The destruction caused by the gold rush and other industries, like logging and agriculture, is irreversible. The rainforest is a vital ecosystem, home to thousands of plants and animal species, and it plays a critical role in regulating the Earth's climate. If the destruction continues at its current rate, the consequences will be dire. The loss of biodiversity will have a cascading effect on the entire planet, leading to the collapse of ecosystems and the extinction of species. The scale of the destruction is vast, and it is impossible to overstate the impact of the gold rush on the Amazon rainforest. The region has lost an area of forest roughly equivalent to the size of Germany over the past 3 decades, and the illegal gold mining industry is one of the primary drivers of this deforestation. The forest is not only a vital resource for the planet, but it is also home to thousands of species of plants and animals, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The destruction of their habitat is leading to the extinction of countless species, and it is a tragedy that we cannot afford to ignore. But the environmental damage is only one part of the story. The human cost of the gold rush is also devastating. The miners who work in these remote and dangerous conditions are often subjected to terrible living and working conditions. Many of them work for months on end without seeing their families or loved ones, and they are paid very little for their labor. They are also exposed to hazardous chemicals such as mercury, which is used to extract the gold from the earth. This exposure can lead to serious health problems, including neurological damage and organ failure. The miners are also vulnerable to violence and exploitation as they work in lawless areas where the rule of law is non-existent. The Brazilian government has made some efforts to curb the illegal gold mining industry, but their efforts have been largely ineffective. The vastness of the Amazon rainforest makes it very difficult to monitor and regulate, and corruption is rampant at every level of government. In some cases, government officials are themselves involved in the illegal mining trade, making it almost impossible to enforce the law. In conclusion, the Amazon rainforest is facing an unprecedented crisis, and the illegal gold mining industry is a significant driver of this crisis. The journey of fuel to the gold mining sites in the Amazon rainforest is treacherous and challenging, but it is nothing compared to the destruction that the industry is causing to the forest and its inhabitants. The environmental and human cost of the gold rush is too high to ignore, and we must all take responsibility for finding solutions to this crisis. The fate of the Amazon rainforest is in our hands, and we must act now to protect it. That's it for today. Hope you liked this video. Share it if you did. Like and comment on the video that you want to see next on our channel, and subscribe to see our future videos. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep watching.